Hi lovelies, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today we are going to stuff what is left of my paycheck after the bills are paid. If you're new here, my name is Rosa. My channel is all about my personal budgeting journey. It is about cash envelopes, sinking funds, savings challenges, how we stash our money, where we stash our money, but most importantly, why we stash our money. It is also a little bit about our investing journey. If any of that, is of interest to you and you have not already, I'd really appreciate if you would take a second, hit subscribe down below. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and spending a little bit more of your time with me. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. And everyone, please take a second, smash that thumbs up button. All right, so we start with our cash envelopes. This binder is specifically for our cash envelopes, and these sometimes get emptied and sometimes do not. It just totally depends on what's going on with that particular thing. So the first one up is gas. Gas, I haven't paid the credit card in 2 weeks. Because I haven't paid the credit card in 2 weeks, this needs to get paid. So this really isn't here. Oops, it's really not here. And I need to make a credit card payment like tonight, tomorrow, but I need to make one. So we're gonna add another $110 for this 2 weeks. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 120 goes in here. What will happen in the background, and you won't see, is that the money that is left in here after and we'll only leave 120 in, the money that is left in here after I pay the credit card, this extra will go towards our car maintenance fund. It's something I saw someone do. I loved the idea that extra gas money would go buffer my car maintenance fund. So that will happen down the road with that. Again, haven't paid the credit card, so there's extra money in here. 1, 2, 350. Oh, 357. I thought it said 367 for amendment. Ooh, 55, 56, 57. So let's make sure that's what there really is. Yes, 357. 1, 2, 300, 350, 55, 56, 57. We have been doing some horrible overspending in a couple of categories, one being groceries. I can't get them down. I'm gonna have to start to coupon at this rate again, just because it is outrageous. So we will take this and pay the credit card. Part of the reason that I didn't pay the credit card earlier this week or last week is because I was waiting for my paycheck so that we could pay all of it basically off. We make payments to the credit card probably at least twice, if not 3 times in a monthly billing cycle, so that we don't have to pay interest to them. All right, so we're gonna add 15 to paper products. Ooh, Rosa did a bad job of organizing last time. Paper products, I keep these separate from groceries. If you've been around, you've heard this. I keep paper products and toiletries separate from groceries. Years ago when my honey and I first got married, I'd go to the grocery and I'd come home and he'd go, "Hey Rosa, how much did you spend in groceries?" And I'd say, like $150, but 10 of it was laundry detergent and 4 of it was this and 10 of it was that. And he'd go, "No, Rosa, how much did you spend in groceries?" So 20 years ago is when I started to realize that I needed to have a pot of money set aside for paper products and for toiletries in a way that it would not impact my grocery bill. So when I say we're spending too much on groceries, it's food. It is food we're spending too much money on, not all the little extra things that we need to get when we go to the grocery store. So I put a 20 in for me and then 15 more for toiletries. All right. And I know part of what's on the credit card right now are toiletries. That's okay. All right. Let's close that up. Up next, we are going to work our priority envelope. So I have a bazillion, not really that many, sinking funds. That's what all of these are. I had to break them up into what are just sinking funds that if I have money, I can put money into, and what is the priority that we need to put in right now. So this first half, these are priorities. So we're going to start with emergency. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I do not actually track what goes in and out of these. It just goes in and out, and that's what it is. These, on the other hand, I do track what comes in and out. So emergencies, we're going to add 10. which will bring us up to 30 in here. 10, 20, 25, 30. These are for all of the things that are we need to break into our emergency fund for. Birthdays. We intentionally take $25 of every one of my checks and put it towards birthdays. That allows us to have $600 throughout the year on birthdays. We don't have any littles in the house anymore. We do have a son, but we don't have any littles in the house anymore. So birthdays are about $100. The youngest, because he does still live at home, gets a little bit more than 100, but there are 6 of us, so it's nice to know that we have the $100 for everybody that we need as we go through the year. So let's add 25 more. And I said 200, so I do have 100 in the bank working for us. 2, 4, 6, 8, 90, 95, 100. So our next birthday is November. Yeah, November. So we already have hers taken care of. Love it. Car maintenance is a priority. We're going to add 20 to it. I desperately need to go get an oil change. So this should go down. I keep talking about an oil change and I keep not getting it, but I desperately need it. 159 is what will be in here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 150, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So hopefully this will be less the next time I do this video. Medical, we're going to add 5. This is for those little things that you don't think about. Vitamins, 520, vitamins, bug spray, whatever we need for medical, Band-Aids, that kind of stuff. Tag renewal, trying to make sure we have enough money for tags. Now we do tag renewal every 2 years, and it is roughly, I think it's between $40 and $50. No, it was $70 a piece because I did a 2-year. It's between $70 and $80. So we need $160 in here for certain, but we have 2 years to work on it. So we're not in a hurry, but this is one thing that I do set money aside for every month because I don't want to have to come up with an extra $140 or an extra $100 or whatever it is and go, surprise, I'm not interested in that. So instead, we intentionally set a little bit of money aside every month for it. So 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 56. And then we have a couple of savings challenges that we set money aside for. So we need to transfer money into our savings account. I just did tags. All right, Christmas, 1 month ahead, is going to get $24. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I had an odd amount. Oh, I did not do some very good thinking. I will have to make sure I get change in here. We just finished up a challenge. Oh, darn. I'm going to have to get, that's okay. I will get change for my 20 before I do my 1 month ahead again. Thanks for reminding me. All right, up next. So that was my 1 month ahead. And then I have 2 more savings challenges that I'm working out of here. We're working a nickel challenge, which we will add $5 more. And then we are working on a yearly challenge for Christmas, in which we're going to add 60. 2, 4, 6. Love it. All right, and then the rest of the cards, we're just not doing those challenges. All right, put that back there. So those are all of my priority savings challenge, or those are all my priority sinking funds and my savings challenges that are both priorities. Up next, we are going to work my son's binder. We are specifically working on his school year, so for this year. So we have a 50, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, $70. Let's move some money around because this binder takes up a lot of space. 50 of it is going to come into lunch. I know that, let's see. I know his lunch account's good. I try to put $100 in every month. Sometimes he goes through it faster, sometimes he goes through it slower. It just depends on how much he has. We have overspent, like I am in awe of how much I have overspent. I'll go ahead and put 50 in here, and if I need to continue putting money into overspent, then I will. So we'll put 50 in. Oh, except you actually have to put the money in the envelope, don't you? Silly me. And then school supplies. I bought some stuff for his teachers, and I got a little carried away. I knew I had money. I didn't realize I didn't have as much money as I thought I did. So again, that's part of why I have to pay the credit card. Yeah. All right. So we're going to add another 10, which will bring us, actually, we're going to add 15 of this. It'll bring me up to $100 to pay off. So I said 15, 5, 7, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. This will be spent on, or this will be used to pay the credit card. And then we have $5 left over, and we are going to put that towards orienteering. Orienteering is a fancy way to say land nav. My baby boy loves land navigation. It's part of ROTC. All right, plus 5, which will bring us up to 42. 20, 30, 35, 40, 41, 42. Sweet. All right, so that's done. And then let me check my list. I think I know what's left, but let me check my list. So that's done. I need to make that a transfer. We should have 20, 2, 4, 6, 70. We do. We have an extra $270. This should be going for my baby boy's senior year because we are not done fully funding it yet. However, we have, as I said, overspent. There have been a couple of things. One of the girls called and said, hey, this broke. Can you send us a little bit of money? So there went some money. Then teacher gifts. And then I had a friend who her daddy passed, and I grew up with them. I've known her since junior high. So when I went over there, we went to the store for a brief moment, and I know that they're hard for money. I know that I can afford it. So we spent a little bit of extra money that I probably shouldn't have spent, but they had to drive a very long way from home in order to go to the funeral, and it was just something I wanted to do for a friend. So that's what I did. So I've overspent in that area. My honey's younger brother, health-wise, is not doing well. So again, we've sent him some groceries. So just, we have overspent with a handful of things, and I'm working on paying off the credit card. Another reason the credit card hasn't gotten paid. So this $270 is going in our miscellaneous envelope so that I can pay the credit card. That's really what it comes down to. And then once I sit down and actually do the credit card, I will see how much more needs to come on, how much more we need to do, so that in 2 weeks when I do my paycheck again, I can determine if we're putting money in for my child's senior year or if we are having to do this again. Because we have overspent on like 3 or 4 things, and just trying to balance it all out, and instead of saving for something intentionally, we have to pay something else off. So it's the swap. It makes me sad, but at the same time, the things we did with that money, I am very happy for. So just the trade-off. So I said, what, 270, 2,467, yep, which will bring us up to 274 in here. And again, I don't think this is enough to 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think this is going to be enough to finish paying off the credit card, but it will give us a good start and give me an idea of next month when it is time for me to budget. Again, I will know where we're at with that and how much needs to go here, but nothing else in this envelope, or nothing else in this, is going to be getting any additional funding, and it's okay. That's the way it happens sometimes. If you have any questions or just want to say hey, I'd love if you drop it in chat below, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.